Hi guys, Steve here. On this video I'm going to show you all the best base locations on the Valguero map. The main requirements are that it needs to be defensive, i.e. high up with a cliff wall surrounding it, 1 or 2 ground entrances that you can easily defend, no higher ground nearby so people can snipe down at you, or dinos could fall into your base, and a nice flat area to build good sized buildings. Some locations are better than others, where you'd have to bring water or resources there later on in game as your second base, but I'll give you a wide choice in case other locations are taken. We'll start with this one, surrounded all sides by a cliff face. You have a ramp up the front, it's nice and flat. Coordinates are 96 by 80 in the bottom right of the map. Got trees, stone. Crystal down there. More crystal. A little bit of obsidian. More crystal and rocks. Then a ramp down at the side. So it's only 2 ground entrances you have to defend. It's quite a big size and it's nice and flat so you can get a huge building there. That's the first one. On to the second. From where we've just been, we have a second base just across the way. Imagine the front of that's walled off. We've got a ground entrance here. I'd put a castle turret here to defend the front. And then this will be walled off with an entrance. All the other sides are surrounded by high cliff walls. Very high. We've got some trees. Nice flat area where you can build. And then another raised platform in the centre. You can put your main castle on this with 1 ramp up. And the coordinates is 91 by 83. Again in the bottom right of the map. Then over on this side we have a nice high rock where we can put a sniper tower. Put another castle tower up here. Shoot down at any invaders and especially defend the right side. Okay, on to the next. Across from there we have the old ruins. I won't bother building a base down there because those old buildings will stop you building yours. However, if you go past the bridge, you have this nice flat area here. As you can see, it's surrounded all sides by a huge cliff wall. You've got a bridge here to get across to it. Overhangs the ground below. And according to this one is 87 by 91. Next we come to Claw Cave. It's got loads of spiky bits at the top. Now the main thing about this cave, it's protected at the back and sides and also the top. So if anyone's going to attack you, it's going to be from the front. The only downside over, the ground's a bit uneven, but there is flat areas. It's got water nearby. And it's got those openings at the top you're going to have to keep an eye on. Maybe put turrets underneath. Then the ground comes up to this level. And it's at coordinates 83 by 82. As you can see, somebody's already built there. Now imagine this place as a huge base. You have a circle of spiky rocks. Fly down. And down here would be your basement. You have an island in the middle of the water. It's nice and flat to build on. So you can put your tower here. Coordinates is 79 by 67. Right, you could keep your dinos down here, surrounded by water, so you get water source. Then from here you'd build up, and then wall the outskirts of this base. You'd have a high tower in the centre coming up, then spreading out to the sides. It's a bit like that oasis area on the island. So you have your main base above this, and then a huge basement below. There's also a passageway next to the water, and I'll show you where that starts, the other side. Alright, I'll start here. It's down there in the rock. You can't fit a wyvern down there, you're going to have to walk. The entrance is 77 by 63. It's quite long. It's not wide enough to build any base to hide there, though. Follow it round. And it comes out here. That's where the island base is, with the pointy rocks. So you're going to have to block this doorway off. We're now where the redwood meets the cliff area. And this could be a possibly huge base. Right, this would be a side wall. You'd block that off. Have a castle turret on here defending the side. Walled here with an entrance. That's one of the ramps up. Then you have this huge, wide open, flat area. Just fly to the side. Then another ramp there, and you'd wall that off with an entrance. Wall that off. And on this side you have a cliff wall that overhangs. It's very high up. Fence this area off so your dinos don't drop off the end. Then in the centre, a raised plateau with a ramp up. You can build your main castle on here. The coordinates is 93 by 73. If you wanted to build a gigantic base. I've put this one in case you wanted to build a castle base with lots of smaller buildings. Some different raised plateaus. It's fairly flat on top after you got rid of a stone. It's got a ramp up to the centre. It's surrounded by all sides by cliff. It's got a water source right next to it. And its coordinates is 67 by 68. I'll do a flyby of the other side so you get to see it. Right, in front of us is quite a big flat area. We have a bridge there for access and then a bridge to the right. It's nice and flat on top. Surrounded by cliffs on every side, so the only ground access is by those bridge. You have a little cutaway section there where you probably could store dinos below. And then you have this raised section. That little nodule's going to be a pain to build on. But you could work something out. And according to 72 by 79. You've got water right next to you. If you wanted to build a sky base, there's a few options you could do. There's one here at 82 by 92. You have a few more across the way. Keep your wyverns in and your flies or something. Not much room for ground dinos. The coordinates is 76 by 93. And you have another one across the way. One there, dips a bit, and then another one here. That's probably the biggest area. 71 by 88. Now, there's another high cliff, but I wouldn't really build anything on here. Because over the top, you have the artifact. And if you did build there, it would be a bit antisocial, stop people getting it. Now we're by the Great Lake, next to the pointy spike. And over here is a possible huge base. That'll be the back of a base. And you come through here. All the way up here. All that's the base. All that area. So you've got plenty of space to build a big building. Then you come up here to a high cliff. You can put a castle tower up there. Then all across here is the front of the base. Then you've got the sides and back protected by a cliff wall. More outcrops you can build turrets on. A larger one at the back where you could have a huge castle tower. And the coordinates is 65 by 58. That should be nice and protected. And you've got all this space in front of you to where the pillar on the right is. There's a few raised areas like this on the map, but I'm just going to show you the ones that are next to the wall. So you only have to cover the sides and front. You have a ramp on the left side and a ramp on the right. Coordinates is 63 by 96. Then across from there you have quite a big base location if you've got enough imagination. Imagine all those trees cut down. You have a ramp to my right, and follow it over to the left. Cliff wall all the way around. You can build on that flat area inside. Keep going round. And you have a ramp this side. Again, cliff wall to the left. Keep following it round. Again, you can build there. So it is quite a big area. Got water close by. Overhanging cliff wall. And then there's a ramp at the back. So there's only a few ways up that you can guard. And the coordinates is 61 by 92. It's a bit hard to see with all the trees everywhere. I'm sure you get the idea of what I'm on about. Alright, we're just down from the White Cliffs, next to Pointy Finger. The coordinates is 60 by 82. There's lots of forest areas. You're looking for this canyon where there's a row of trees. Follow it down. Quite a few. And you'll find a secret cave entrance. The coordinates is 58 by 86. There's an upper floor. It's quite a good place to build. It's got water as well. You can get wyverns in. There's a lower floor. It's quite a good cave. There's its entrance. Now we're at Green Obby. Go down. You'll see a waterfall. Follow it. You come to a cave entrance. You can't get a wyvern in there, so we have to dismount. And the coordinates is 47 by 75. Let's take a look inside. Got water. When you've mined those rocks and cleared them away, you should have quite a good space. You'll only be able to get small dinos in here though, due to the cave entrance. Well, I suppose you could cryo them. Big paddling pool. Block the entrance off with a few doors. And that's that cave. Right, we're just off from the White Cliffs. There's a ramp system up there to the right. Brings you here. You can put castle towers there to defend it. Go up. And you've got a nice flat top. And a huge area over here. It narrows there. That's where I'd wall it off and have an entrance. Block people coming that way. And you've got all this to build on. And it's surrounded all sides by a high cliff wall. And the coordinates is 55 by 93. This one's surrounded all sides by a cliff wall. There's a couple of bridges to it. The only downside is the top's not very flat. It's high up. You can build there. It's more of a flat part here. There's a second bridge to it. And it splits off down to the side. And you have slanted ground here. Like I say, that's not the best. You could build a base on pillars, but it's up to you. And another ramp system down here from below. But it's completely isolated, that's why I thought I'd show it you. If this top bit was flat, it'd be perfect, but it's not, so it's up to you. If you wanted to do a sky base in the jungle, this might be an okay spot for you. As always, it's narrow but long. Clear the rocks off the top. Be a fiddly build. Its coordinates is 43 by 94. You've got a narrow part at the top, and then it widens at the bottom. So you might be able to do something below as well. Then we come to the castle. I'm sure a favourite spot for a lot of people. Having a base already built that can't be destroyed. I'll fly around a bit. Show you each side. You're going to have to fill in a few holes. Right, land there, show you the top room. Big square room, 2 doorways. Let's start from the bottom. Going to need the builders in. Right, we have a cylinder tower at the sides. That'll be a pain in the butt to go up. Right. More square rooms. Another cylinder. Down there is to the basement, where I'll show you that in a second. And to the second floor. Spare rooms. Quick look outside. You can see the bridge. Have to mend those holes in the floor. Go up here to the next. Another empty room. And another. Got to fill that hole in the wall. If you come out here, you get to the outside. Shame that doesn't take you in the inside square building. And you could just put doors either side and wall it in. Have to block that off. Right, now to the basement. I can't be bothered to walk all down there. The camera jerking from me running will make you sick. I'll just jump down. That leads to a tunnel, which when you follow it, leads outside. I'll go out so you can see the entrance. There's a bridge. It's a tunnel entrance, you need to block that off. The coordinates is 37 by 90. And it's on the right hand side of the map. If you did want to move into a castle, it also comes with a cave system. Right, notice that light there. That's an entrance for small flyers. The wyvern's not going to fit there. So what I'm going to do is go down below. Over to the right. There's another entrance that a wyvern can fit in. And that's at 39 by 90. Right below the castle on the other side. It's got its own water. And it's quite big. It's one of the best caves. You've got metal in here as well. Plenty of rooms to fly a wyvern. More metal. There's a ramp system up here. That takes you outside. That's where we looked in from before. A little bit more metal. You can put some defences there if you wanted. This is one of the biggest and best caves. And it's handy because it's right below the castle. That's what the entrance looks like from above. And it's fairly close to Green Obelisk. Right, now we're next to the lake again. There's Pointy Rock. And if you wanted a nice lakeside property, you might want to build here. It's not the biggest location, but it's one of the nicest. That's at coordinates 64 by 47. Move to the hills. You've got this big flat area here. Just clear all the rocks off. There's a shallow cliff wall with another flat area. And you have a ramp here up to the main plateau. It's quite a good area. 36 by 45. You've got metal right next to you. We're in the mountains again. Now's our next spot. There's a bit of metal down there, but it does look like it's meant to have a base here. Coordinates are 29 by 45. Again, you're going to have metal nearby. It's protected to 3 sides by cliff face. The next location is one of the best spots on the map. And as you can see, one of the patrons is building on it. Got there first. It's got a huge open flat area, surrounded 3 sides by cliff walls. A front entrance you can block off with 1 wall. If anyone wants to attack you by the ground. The coordinates is 49 by 59. There's water right next to it, beaver dams, oil and metal. I'm just going to fly towards a lake. That's how high you're up. And if I turn around, it's got underground parking as well. But only room for like 1 wyvern. And this cave location is at 49.1 by 58.1. Right, we have a small platform here. It's got an oil pump on it. It's 66.6, 84.1. There's a ramp that goes down there. That was a bit small to build on. But you have a base location the opposite side, which is better. Maybe you could use both of them. It's surrounded all sides by cliff walls and there's only 1 ramp up to it. It's a nice flat top, and that's at 63 by 81. And by the Beaver Dam Lake is the next base location. It's bigger than the last one. It's surrounded all sides by cliff walls again. Nice flat top. The coordinates is 58 by 76. It's got a lot of donkey asses on top of it though. You'd have to clear those out. We're right next to Green Obby. Down here we have another cave entrance. This one's about medium size. Can fit a few wyverns in there. And the coordinates is 49 by 69. There's quite a few caves on this map. I think I found most of them. Right, this one's a bit hard to see with all the trees blocking the view. I'll start from the side. We have a cliff edge around most of the sides. A nice flat area here. A ramp down to the left from here. Try and get through. Some metal close by, and that's at coordinates 56 by 58. It's on top of a mountain. Next I'm going to show you a large tunnel. It's big enough to hide in, but I wouldn't really make a base. Block people going through it. And the coordinates is 66 by 81. As you can see, fly wiving through it. If you block off both ends, you could store quite a few of them. And the exit is at 62 by 84. Back to the mountains. Have a flat plateau there. We've got a ramp down to the left. Metal nearby. And up in the mountain as well. And the coordinates is 25 by 81. Now we're at the area where the jungle meets the snow biome. It's high up, with cliff walls surrounding most sides. It's a nice flat top, with some metal on. And off to the side you've got more metal and obsidian. And the coordinates are 25 by 94. The next location is in front of us. It's got a high cliff wall. The ground's not perfectly flat. You can find flat areas. There's a gradual slope on quite a lot of it though. The coordinates are 15 by 98. In the top right of the map. Starts to flatten off here. Then you've got a ramp down to the right. So you just block that off behind us. That's a wyvern crack behind us. And our next location in front of us. So this area is flat. There's a slight slope here onto another flat area. We're surrounded by cliff walls, so you'd want to block this side off. And build a wall all the way to the other side. The coordinates is 7 by 84. There's the next one in front of us. It's on the lower level. It's flat once you've cleared it off. There's a little bit of metal on there. But it's not a major mining site, so it'll be fine to build on. And the coordinates are 11 by 81. This site's a bit different. It's not that defensive. It's more of if you want to put a mining camp down. We have this big flat plateau here. At 1680. We have a ramp down to it from there. Then you fly across and you have another flat plateau. It's a big space. The only downside is you've got the cliffs behind it, so dinos could drop down or people could shoot you from there. And the coordinates are 16 by 74. And you fly up here. And you have another flat area. But a downside is there's ruins in the centre, so you're going to have to build around it. But it's defended all three sides. The coordinates for this is 15 by 78. Here's the next location. It's on high-ish cliffs. Surrounded all sides except one with a mountain behind it. It's fairly flat ground. And the coordinates is 13 by 72. I think something's freezing. Next we have this pleasant location. It's got a waterfall by its side, so its own water source. It's fairly high up. Got a nice flat surface and a big redwood that you should be able to build a treehouse in. Down this side is the ramps. Then you have another flat location here. So you could stretch your base off along both plateaus. And the coordinates is 16 by 46. On to the next, by the blue obelisk. Nice flat top, high up, surrounded all sides by cliff. And there's a ramp down to the side. And the location is 20 by 24. Get a good small to medium base there. Goodbye blue obelisk. Go through its doorway. And we're in the corner of a map. A little hidey hole. You can have a base down here. We're on the second floor. There's bits of metal, some oil nodes, one there, one there. Build all on this shelf. There's an entrance here. And the coordinates is 8.4 by 5.4. More metal down this corridor, a little bit. Another flat shelf there. Now we're at where the tundra meets the ice. We have this flat platform. Quite high up. It's nice and flat. This could be a huge base. Go all the way around here. You have a ramp up to the side. Goes down there. And then you've got this space around here. All up the back. Get fresh water. Got some crystal. Got a little pool in the centre. Flat plateau there. We can build a tower and a ramp going down the other side. So it's only got 2 ramps up to it. It's a good location. 18.7 by 03.2. Next we have this small location. Can fit a mining camp on here or a really small base. It's nice and flat. You've got one ramp. Little Fluffy Rex at the moment, having fun. Got a little bit of crystal. The coordinates is 15 by 31. Next to blue obelisk, we have this side shelf here, nice and flat. 2 redwoods, we can have tree platforms. A little bit of metal as well. 1 way up with a ramp. The coordinates is 2.6 by 23.3. Next we have this medium to large base. This is a ramp up to it. And then you've got low cliff walls here. Go around the side, higher there in a trench. 1 bridge. A little bit of metal on the side. That bridge is too low, it doesn't meet up. Tall rock at the back. A redwood you can put a tree platform on. Back to the ramp, and then you come to a central raised area. Another redwood to the right. And the location is 7.4 by 37.6. And you've got an oil node right in the middle. Where the snow meets the tundra, we have this flat platform. We have 1 way in there. Another in front of us. There's a ramp down to the ground. The coordinates is 27 by 09. And you have some metal you can farm up here. Next we have this small platform, but don't let that fool you. Just show the surroundings because it's a bit hard to find. Right, you could build here if you wanted. But what I'm showing you here is there's a little passageway behind it. At 49.19.6. Right, let's go in. Because in here, it's going to go dark. It's a mother load of oil. Now you could build in here, but it's a bit dark. It's a bit black. You might get oil on you. There's actually an oil node in here where you can put a pump as well. It'll give you all the oil you'll ever need. And that's at 49 by 17. Go back to the entrance. So you're able to get small dinos in there, or carry them with a cryopod. But it's hidden away well. Again, 49, 19.7. Right, now we get to probably the best cave on the map. We have 3 waterfalls and then a bigger one above. Look out for the white spikes. You want to fly in about half height. We've got a secret cave system. Each waterfall has its own entrance, so you probably want to put turrets here. That's at 33.1 by 9.7. on the map, top left. You can get a wyvern in this side, and that leads to a gigantic bat cave with loads of metal and all the crystal you'll ever need. I'll quickly fly you around. A lot of metal in here as well. Zone water supply. Plenty of rocks. Plenty of metal, plenty of crystal. Now you notice these ponds. I'm just going to land here by the ramp. What's best about this map is you go down and it's an entrance to the undersea area. So there's an entire giant ocean down there. And I've done a separate video exploring the whole area, and I'll link that at the end. So you've got this one over here. Then you've got another one over here. That goes down to the same place. So you can have your mosas penned there. Then if you fly up, it gets a bit narrow. There's two passageways. You can come out the top waterfall in the middle. So you need to block that off as well. And that is one of the best caves on the map. And that's coordinates 34.6 by 10.3. The next base location is tiny, so I'd only really use it for a starter base. You have one ramp up, some crystal next to you, and that's how small the platform is. The coordinates is 35 by 28. The next base location is of a smallish size. You have one ramp up. Then all the sides are protected by a cliff wall. You'd only get a small base on here. That's at 38 by 15. You can get a fairly big base on the next location. This is its main ramp up. It's got a flat surface on the top. Cliff walls at sides. A lake for water in the middle. Get all the way over here. Cliff wall on the other side. There's a huge flat area for you to build on. Coordinates are 52 by 16. And back down to the main ramp. Now we start to enter the redwood area. And the first thing we come across is Helm's Deep. Quickly show you around, because I've done quite a good job on this. That's a side wall that got destroyed. See internals. Go inside. But a back door doesn't lead anywhere. The coordinates is 60 by 10. Right in the middle left of a map. I'll show you this platform, but it's not very defensive. You have a nice flat area here and redwoods where you can put tree platforms. You've got a small mountain with metal on the top of the back of it. And a cliff wall at the front and sides of it. Its coordinates is 56 by 27. I'll show you the next location just in case you can fortify it. But for me, I don't think it's worth the trouble. You have a tower in there we can get into. Then an old castle ruins here. Like you'd have to block the sides and the top. And the coordinates are 77 by 49. But to be honest, with all the ruins everywhere, I wouldn't really bother. We're really high up for this one. We have a few redwoods, a nice flat area here. It's not that wide, but it's quite long. Coordinates is 82 by 52. You've got cliff walls at the sides. More redwoods. And I would wall this end off about here. Again, we're quite high up, a nice flat area there. We've got a path to the right, redwoods to build tree platforms. This side's a cliff face. A ramp down. More cliff walls. More redwoods. Coordinates are 90 by 31. This part's slightly raised. Next door, you got a little gorilla statue. But dinos could drop down from above. We're deep in the woods now. We have a path up here. Redwoods to the left and right. Nice flat area. A small cliff face. That little step wouldn't stop much. Another ramp the other side. And the coordinates are 76 by 28. That one's not very defensive. We're at the bottom left of the map now. We have this shelf. It's nice and flat, got redwoods and cliff walls to the side. It's got a ramp up to the right. Redwoods on top for tree platforms. A lake below for water. The coordinates are 94.1 by 3.1. And you have a ramp down this side as well. We're high up next to red. And we come to an entrance. Go through it. And this could be your basement. Fly up and you've got walls with a flat top and redwoods to put platforms. You can wall this off. And have like your rock castle. Another redwood, flat platform and a ramp down this side. This area is flat. Wall that off. And you can have your base here. The coordinates are 96 by 21. This one's going to be a bit different. There's multiple platforms all next to each other. You could probably do an entire Ewok village side by side. We have a first platform here, plus redwoods for tree platforms. It's surrounded by low cliff walls. in accordance to 97 by 31. There's a path to the left, and you'll find another plateau, taller but slightly smaller, surrounded by redwoods. Again, defended by a cliff wall. That's at 97 by 34. Then move over to the left. You've got water below, little bridge. Go up. You've got another platform. More redwoods. In accordance to this is 99 by 40. Then here's a ramp down to the other side. A little flat surface to put a castle. And you've got water below. Come down, and in the middle you've got another plateau. So it's actually quite a big area. This coordinate is 97 by 38. The next base location is small, but it's quite well defended. You've got this small bridge to a lower plateau, and then a higher one on top. And in the middle you've got a redwood tree. So you can put a tree platform there as well. Nice little forest camp. And the coordinates is at 80 by 45. The next base location is quite good. It's surrounded by cliff walls. It's nice and flat on top with redwoods. Here's a path up to it. Be able to build quite a large base on top of here. It's fairly high up. To show you around this side. And its coordinates is 83 by 25. And a nice little perk of this, it's got underground parking. There we go. That's not bad, is it? You have to keep a few wyverns and dinos down here. Let's see where this goes. And it brings us out at the other entrance, so you can block those off with doors. Keep some of your dinos underground. Coordinates again is 82 by 25. The next plateau is where the redwoods meet the white cliffs. You have a ramp up to it on the left. It's surrounded by cliff walls. It's nice and flat. It's got a redwood in the middle. Its coordinates is 97 by 58. It's even got a little beehive on it. Okay, I'm above that aberration entrance. That coordinates 32.3 by 92.8. There's a waterfall right next to it going into the lake. If you go forward, you'll find a small cave with a lot of metal and obsidian inside. That's at 30.3 by 94.3. It's easy to find, just follow the waterfall. So below me is aberration. There's not really any good base locations down there. There's shelves everywhere you can build on, but there's nothing as good as the locations on the surface. You can build a temporary camp anywhere, but because it's dark it's depressing and I wouldn't really recommend building down there. Well guys, if you made it this far, well done. It was quite a long video. Please like, subscribe and share it as much as you can, because this video took almost all week to make. I flew around looking for locations for about 28 hours, which was as mind-numbingly boring as you could imagine. Then it took another 3 days to voice over it all and edit it. So this video took about 55 hours to do in total. I hope it was useful, as you now know all the best base locations in Valguero, and you don't have to waste your own time trying to find them. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe if you've not already, and click the bell icon to get notified of when I upload next. There's links to other videos at the end. Comment on what you would like to see. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again. Goodbye!